Hello, and welcome back to the Ball Knowledge Podcast. As always, I am your host, Usman, and I'm joined again by MK and Aslam. Today is our Champions League Game Week 1 review, and it's a very interesting week, to say the least. Are we ready?
Yep.
Okay. We'll start off with Sevilla versus Salzburg, which ended 1-1 in the first half. 3 penalties given away from Sevilla to Salzburg. 1 converted, given the scoreline, and Rakitic scoring a penalty 3 minutes before half-time, and Nesri gets sent off for it's double yellow. I believe the second one was for simulation, but yeah, 1-1. Anything to add on the game?
After the first half, they put so much excitement in one half that they thought, well, we can't do anything after that, and then nothing else happened in the game. But that Adeyemi kid, Liverpool won him apparently because we had the opportunity to sign Daka, and we went, nah, this other kid is more exciting. And he looked good. He got 3 penalties. He can't score a penalty, but that's okay. We just want exciting players. Yeah, I think if Klopp wants him, I want him. But
he's class. I think he'll be a good Mane replacement. I think
definitely. It was an alright game after initially, and then it just became what you expected, boring, and it really paled in comparison to the other big game at 5:45.
Yeah,
let's move on to that game now.
I want to spread some Adeyemi prop, man.
No. We can go right into Man United losing 2-1 to Young Boys, after getting the easiest group out of practically every single English team in the competition. Because at least Chelsea have Juventus. Who do you have?
Juventus are awful.
Yeah, but you have...
I love to have Juventus, so we'll smoke them.
In your group. Young Boys.
Villarreal.
Exactly, Villarreal will probably go back to the Europa League because Unai Emery is a specialist in the Europa League. He's terrible in the
Atalanta's there too.
Yeah, Atalanta are like 10th. They haven't figured out how to win again. So, let's calm down.
Slow starters. It's early to the season. Slow starters.
Yeah, you're slow starters as well, apparently.
Last season was fast.
How can you average 0 expected goals after your red card? Like,
I say 3 names.
Lukaku. What's it called? As much as you're down to 10 men and it's difficult as a front player, as someone leading the line, you need to offer something so that your team is not under the cosh completely. Now, I'm not blaming Ronaldo. This is not Ronaldo's fault. It's Ollie's fault because he decided to do what England always do, let's just sit back and defend. But he didn't even put the right personnel on. He still had Paul Pogba playing. Paul Pogba is not the player you want if you want to sit back and defend. Because, as we've all seen, he's prone to making mistakes in the defensive end. So why would you have him there? Why would you sit back against Young Boys? It makes no sense. And the only bit that United did was that one bit with Ronaldo where he went through and he asked for a penalty, but given the new rulings on there's a higher threshold for fouls, he wasn't going to get that. And it was great fun. Jesse Lingard mistake for the second, and I think I put it on Varane for the first one. Because he just lost his marker.
Yeah. And should have done better.
Behind him should have been marking. He lost his marker. That's unbelievable. And it was just great fun, It was great.
Well, first off, but before I get into Ollie, we've got to get into for me, I've got to say the worst footballer I've ever seen in my life. I thought Fred has some uses. Fred has some uses because he's got bare energy. Sometimes can ping a pass. But this guy, on the ball, he's the worst. Maybe off the ball he's decent, but on the ball he's the worst. Wan-Bissaka, he's the worst player on the ball I've ever seen. And I just think the game, him having a bad touch and him, for me, he shouldn't have started anyways because it's an artificial surface and players like him, they don't really thrive when the ball is not really rolling too fast. He's just not good enough on the ball. Dallas should have started. I said Dallas should have started time ago. Even before the game started, I said the Dallas has to start. And Ollie thinks I'm should start. I mean, that's on Ollie. But There are other reasons why we could see 2 goals. Obviously, the players, because Lingard, I don't know what he was doing with the second goal. There was no need to go backwards. You never go at that stage of the game. You just hit it to throw an area anywhere. But he decided to pass backwards, and I don't know. He cannot explain why he went that. And Oli for his setup was. I'm worried already for the season already. Because that manager is not good enough. It's quite obvious now he's not good enough. But by the time it's around December, everybody will realize he's not good enough. Like every single person, even people that support him. Because I just think that we cannot go into a season again without no trophies. We've got to make Zidane's available. We can't allow Zidane to go to PSG and now we end up with no one.
Conte said apparently Conte is will only accept United if they come because he wants a winning project.
I mean,
And
I'll take Conte.
Oli doesn't believe in philosophy, which is not surprising.
Yeah. His press conferences, I always take a pinch of salt, but that when he said it with the philosophy thing, I truly believe that's what he means. Like he actually means he doesn't really care about philosophy and stuff. He really thinks that passion and all that will work. And when I heard that also Mickey Phelan, the assistant manager, isn't even coaching too. It's just those two not doing anything. So what the hell is coaching then? What? I don't see any other top European club that their assistant manager and their actual manager doesn't do any of the coaching, not involved in any of it. Like, that's not even. So what are you doing then? Is watching players run? What is this about? I'm sorry. To be fair, I don't know how we got second place in last season because if you don't have a coach or a manager that doesn't even coach or assistant manager doesn't coach, we shouldn't be second. Maybe the players and actual maybe the players are carrying him. That's what I truly think. But yeah, the only thing I can praise the team on was Ronaldo, innit? Because he scored. Bruno, great pass. That's it. Terrible performance. And West Ham, we obviously talk about it when we do the Premier League preview, but if you tell me about the confidence in there, my confidence is it's not even there, it's like 0. I have no confidence in the game. You know,
West Ham don't have Antonio and they just got piped.
Ben Rama.
You know.
But they didn't lose, there was 0-0. That's half the game.
Oh, was it? Yeah, that's getting piped for them though.
True.
We
drew to Southampton without. Wait a second. We drew to Southampton without we had 11 men and we still drew to Southampton. I mean, it was. And West Ham had literally their best player out and they still managed to not lose. So we are finished when it comes to. I don't trust us beating West Ham. Ben Rama maybe a little last minute goal, who knows. But yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That Champions League game was a disaster. I don't want to talk about that anymore.
What would you have done differently after Wan-Bissaka got sent off then? Because I know going into the second half, you had no shots whatsoever.
Yeah. The Dallas sub we had no shots here. We had that Dallas sub was the right one to do. But then, as soon as halftime finished, he decided to go 3 at the back. I'm not why. Just let because we weren't when Wan-Bissaka got sent off the last 10 minutes, we weren't really that pressured. It was all right. It was keeping the ball. We weren't doing that bad. And as soon as the second half started, we saw Varane come in, and then I think it was Van der Beek that came off. And then it was 3 at the back. I don't know why Van der Beek came off because we need someone to keep the ball, and he was doing it very well in the first half. And even when it was a man down, he still did it. He still done very well keeping the ball and stuff. So I thought, why is Van der Beek coming off? And he had 3 at the back, and then it wasn't 3 at the back, it was 5 at the back because Dallo had to stick right next to Lindelof. It was just, and then Luke Shaw also tucked in too. It was just terrible. I would not have done that. I would have kept the same team, plus obviously Dallo, just doing everything on right flank. And then Bruno pulls it wide a bit to help him. Then, if it's still 1-0 or 1-1, 80th minute, then think of bringing Varane and then just, let's get a point. That's it. Not settle for a point or just whatever we got from half time. That's silly. That was too silly. And even the subs he made, Lingard coming on to do what? He's not a striker.
Providing great assist. What are you talking about?
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly. But even then, no one anticipated him doing that. I won't blame Oli for expecting Lingard to make a mistake. But bringing him on, the smart thing to do. Who takes off Ronaldo off to bring on Lingard? Like, wait, what?
A great manager that is following in the steps of Jurgen Klopp before him with similar record to Jurgen. Oli is not at fault for Varane and Lingard making mistakes. That was completely.
Yeah, but it actually wasn't. Obviously, it wasn't his fault. But setup. You were
But that's the whole problem by making everyone just sit at the back and like you offer no like any attacking threat. So all you're doing is you're launching the ball back to them and
they
giving
come back to us.
with 11 men another advantage. It was absolutely ridiculous.
It was stupid. We didn't have like any presence up top. Like Lingard, I don't know what he was doing. I would have brought on Greenwood, like he's an actual striker, and then teams obviously the opposite team will obviously think about, oh yeah, he's an actual striker, so let's not give him that much space. Then obviously might be a better result. We never know, but Lingard up top didn't help. Then we brought on Martial way too late, like 8th, 9th minute. What's he gonna do in 2 minutes? The subs he made was silly, and Ollie's part to blame, and already with 0 points in the first Champions League game.
It's an improvement on last year when you went, like last year you went 6 for 6 and then you bottled it after. This year you're gonna flop at first and then you're gonna get through. Don't worry.
Any manager in the world should be, even Sam Allardyce, Tony Bliss should be able to go through with this team we have. Okay, there's no excuses for this guy. If we hold a second, if we get to Europa League by February time, we're in Europa League. Well, no words for me. I'll have no words. This show will be mad.
MK, you never have words anyway. So the next game, we'll talk about cheeky little Chelsea win, 1-0 over Zenit. Lukaku getting the goal. It was a very boring game, and I really think they need to switch to a 4. Like the thing is, right now they're playing like.
Chris, switch to a 4.
Yeah, no. Yeah, look, because in a 5, that's perfect against a big team, against a team like Liverpool, like Man City, that will hold most of the ball anyway, right? And they will control the game. So you can go to a 5 then. But in a 4, when you're playing against smaller opposition, you're the one that's going to have the ball anyway, right?
Yeah.
And currently, the way they're set up, like Mount in a front 3 is not what's it called, conducive to
not forward, isn't it?
He's not a forward. His passing was off. Ziyech was a passenger. Like, they need to play some actual wingers there. Like, if you set up in like a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1, it will help those players because Mount is a 10. You can't expect him to be a forward.
Yeah.
It'd be more useful for him as well. Then you can have someone like Havertz off the right. You can have Callum Hudson-Odoi if you bring it back. You can have Werner. You can have all these players at the back or up front, sorry. And it provides you with more attacking impetus. It also Lukaku gets more chances.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think the move to a 4, because right now they're not creating enough. Lukaku had like 1 or 2 chances. That's not.
Right now he's finishing all his shots. Like he's not had it like.
Right now they're reliant on either individual mistakes, like the Villa game showed, or Lukaku just being otherworldly. Eventually that will catch up to you. You need to be creating them quality chances. And right
they
now,
don't really have a proper creative. Maybe Havertz, but he's like more of a second striker. He floats about, can give you the odd pass. Mount's probably the most creative player they have, and I don't even think he's that creative.
Obviously they win, and this is a bit nitpicky, but it's just for the future. Don't worry.
It's very early to season, so
we're not saying crisis at Chelsea or anything.
No. Crisis
It's just what I think might happen.
Yeah, I agree.
So what was the game after that? We had Atalanta, your boys.
I didn't see that game. Yeah. Obviously, because after United game, I was like, I can't be asked to watch it. I watched Bayern Barca, but I didn't watch any other game.
Yeah, it was a 2-2 draw. Seems quite exciting. Coquelin, he always seems to pop up.
Danjuma scored, didn't it? Danjuma.
Yeah, Danjuma scored in the 73rd. Yeah. Gosens, my fantasy player, 83rd minute equaliser. What a man! What a player!
I thought it would be a fun team to watch. And
they're a fun team to watch.
They're like a advanced Leeds.
0-0. Red card for Wolfsburg wasn't very exciting.
Boring game.
Juve actually picked up a win.
We also talked about that because we can't get that up. It's Malmo, the worst team in Champions League.
Juve currently are losing to teams that are Malmo quality.
I think Malmo will be like Serie B.
Yeah, but they got all their goals in the first half as well. Dybala, your favourite player.
He's back.
Yeah, he scored a penalty and he was the captain. And Morata. Brugge actually had a decent
It's Malmo. Chelsea are smoking them.
Bayern, Barca looked horrible.
They look like Bayern Munich versus Bayer Leverkusen. Just like Bayern Munich were all these type of teams. It didn't look like Barcelona at all. Like, it just looked weird. Even though it was at the Camp Nou, Bayern Munich were like, it felt like they were the whole team. It just looks so different. Like,
the thing is, if you look at the goals, you can say, the goals are a bit unlucky because it was like a deflection, a rebound, and like all of these different things. But like, Bayern should have won maybe
more than that,
or 8-0. They were in first gear throughout. They never looked under pressure. I don't think.
Sorry for them.
Did Barcelona even have a shot? They had 5 shots, none on target.
Yeah, I don't remember Neuer making a save. I can't remember.
I mean, it was terrible. It was
Neuer made no saves the entire game.
Yeah, I'm sorry. When you're at home, I don't care about no Messi or no Messi. You have to impose yourself in that game. I don't care.
Yeah, and there was tension between Laporta and there's already been tension between Koeman and Laporta.
Yeah, Koeman.
Koeman essentially a couple of weeks back said, "I'm the reason that Barca survived or are in this position right now." And Laporta and a few of his board members came out and said, "No, the reason we survived is because of us. Stop being a clown and start winning games." And like, there's tension because Laporta wants them to go to a 4-3-3, at least try out the young boys and try to play up to that Barcelona image, innit? Whereas Koeman is like very conservative. He looks at the team and he thinks there's a bunch of deficiencies here. Let's just try to be as pragmatic as possible. Try to close. And neither option seems like great right now, but I mean, it's just peak. And then Dortmund won 2-1 as well.
Yeah, Jude Bellingham show. I saw the highlights.
To our boys next year.
Nah,
we'll get that 20 million at Origi.
you know, come back for him. We went like, was it January of 2020? We basically literally showed him around Old Trafford and Carrington. And then,
you showed him around and he thought, this is just not as good as Anfield, is it?
He's never even seen it.
His idol is Steven Gerrard. All right,
Wayne Rooney. No, it's Wayne Rooney.
No, it's not. It's
literally said Wayne Rooney. I remember seeing an interview. He said Wayne Rooney.
He's literally.
Remember Steve Gerrard was like the era slightly before Bellingham's era.
Yeah, you shut up.
Wayne Rooney.
I also said he's the only one that we can compare to Steven Gerrard, and you know he's a record breaker as well. First youngest ever player to score in 2 consecutive Champions League performances. Real Madrid came up with a 1-0 win as well.
Before we move on to the Wednesday fixtures, we'll finish off the Tuesday fixtures. Dynamo Kiev versus Benfica ended 0-0. There was a goal disallowed in the 93rd minute for offside for Kiev, so that was annoying. Lille drew 0-0 with Wolfsburg, having a man sent off.
Terrible.
Oh, Wolfsburg had a man sent off. And the final game on the Tuesday, Villarreal drew 2-2 with Atalanta.
And G Michaud.
With Coquelin getting sent off within 6 minutes of a double yellow.
Yeah, he's
shocked.
Yeah.
Never surprised.
I'm sorry, but who are Sheriff? Where are they from?
Moldova. They're the first Moldovan team to show up in the Premier League in the Champions League, sorry.
And they won.
Yeah, they beat Shakhtar 2-0.
They actually scored.
Wow.
That's different than how I try.
Yeah, and assisting him, I believe, was Cristiano.
Ronaldo.
And they have a Bruno as well in the team.
Oh, shit.
What a team.
Oh, so we take Ronaldo Bruno in that team.
Oh, they've got MA. Yeah, if you guys didn't see me, I was in Moldova over the weekend, or just a couple of days ago. Yesterday even, I was playing as central defensive midfielder. If you saw me, I was pretty good, I think. But he took me off.
Did you not watch the Dortmund Besiktas game? I talked about that.
Yeah, I saw the highlights.
Besiktas couldn't score.
Yeah,
they scored.
Dortmund Batshuayi up front, he had his shots, he just couldn't convert them.
Yeah, Dortmund have been very poor defensively in the Bundesliga as well. Like they just gave up 3 on the weekend, and even the coach was like, "I'm very disappointed in how we defended because it's been terrible." But like Batshuayi, bloody hell.
Dortmund are really a defensive team. Yeah.
Now we must move on to the main man. This is why I wore the kit.
I think you guys got extremely lucky. I think that the third goal, I thought was outside. For God's sake. What's his name?
Well,
Simon
thank
Kier.
God you're not a linesman because, you're pretty awful.
Damn it, man. It looked like he was, and then I realised, wait a minute, who's this guy poking up? Joe Gomez just about kicked him off. Joe Gomez, I think it was.
I thought that was a good move to stop the AC Milan goal from a free kick.
Yeah, we always do that.
Yeah, the way
Henderson
we shift into play the offside trap while they're still forward. It was smart.
Look, yeah, Henderson was terrible the entire game, but he scored, and that's all that mattered.
Should we recap the whole game?
Oh yeah, that's a good point. We were great for the first 20. We got a nice
started off so well.
Yeah, it reminded me of old Klopp, when we just went in and we just blitzed everyone, and AC Milan couldn't hack it. We got a goal. I didn't even know we had the penalty. I thought it was a corner.
Yeah.
Like, I thought it's when sometimes you get them half-hearted. Oh, it's a penalty.
Yeah.
And we got it, and I was like, oh bloody hell. And Salah missed for the first time in 4 years, but I don't really care. And we don't the game.
Mike Nine is a sick keeper, though.
Yeah, he played really well.
Really good keeper.
He's
the reason they didn't concede like 5 or 6 in the first 10 minutes.
Yeah, do you see that shot of Salah where it was going into the top corner and he just like dives and Salah's like,
yeah.
What?
That's my future to have the hair replacement. We need to look at him and say, yeah, the hair replacement. He is really, really good. He's top. He was sick at was it Leo? It was like Leo, wasn't it?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it was like Leo. Then he moved to AC Milan, and obviously Donnarumma went to PSG. And Barry, obviously, before we move on to PSG, I want to talk about that Henderson goal. Now, since when did he have technique? He did not have technique.
Excuse me, Henderson. He's
got a volley, was it?
In a Gerrard, okay, and he got that beautiful goal, and it didn't matter that he played terrible. And Salah obviously coming in clutch again for us after deck 2 goals. They just came and like as much as Joe Gomez is coming back. I didn't think this was the game for him, but 90 minutes under his belt is fine.
So
Salah,
I
think he's assist. Did you see that? The little chip. And Salah.
I need to back him up more. Need to back him.
Brilliant. And then Henderson, what a guy. And then we brought on the big boys. Curtis Jones up front, Sadio Mane up front, and Ox as our front.
Oh god, that was the worst front three I've ever seen in my life.
And
they couldn't play.
And James Milner was there. Like we had like 4 or 5 different opportunities when they were like 1-on-1 with their defender with just space in behind, and they just slowed down. And I was thinking, what are you doing? Run! Like you're either so slow or you just like are stupid. What are you doing?
Our attack is literally just Salah and friends at this point.
Yeah,
Mohamed Salah is so disrespected. If you think he's overrated or shit, what's a match yesterday? He was fucking perfect. Despite the penalty miss, he was brilliant all game round.
He don't stop. Like, he takes on. He actually like every time just going forward. He don't go backwards. It's just
so
disrespectful.
He was so disrespected, man.
If you look at the Premier League, he's created 12 chances already. The only other person that can say they've had as many shots in the box as him and created as many chances is Raul Jimenez. But Raul Jimenez doesn't have the goals or the assists. Like, he's like 3rd or 4th in the most chances created already.
Well,
he's selfish, apparently. It's not his fault that Sadio Mane couldn't finish.
You're for me now.
I mean, I don't see Salah as a selfish player. I never. That myth is just a myth. He creates and obviously most importantly scores, and he always scores. When he scored again, even when he missed a penalty, when he looked at him miss penalty, it wasn't like a shock. When I mean like his mentality is like it didn't affect him. Like, okay, cool, missed it, so what?
He's tuned in, man. He's too good.
Did you see? He was in a swimming pool at 3 a.m. What a machine! I love it. What a man. He cares for his. He's gonna go up until like 34.
Ronaldo influence.
He's different breed.
I think that he definitely will do well when he hits like that age because he's already got the instincts of a goal scorer with that speed and all that. So now we obviously add the speed. He's obviously a world-class player, but once he gets older, he'll be more of a striker. Like he just starts doing a Vardy role. It's just what you do, run behind. That's it. But right now, he can create, he can pass outside the boot, inside the boot, wherever you want. Scores goals. Literally, I don't see it. There was a period where Liverpool said they'll swap Salah for somewhat like Mbappe. They wouldn't, because Salah is guaranteed. Whilst Mbappe might come in and think, he might hesitate.
Look, yeah, here's my thoughts on that. Salah, as you can see, will always play for the team. As much as people will call him greedy, they're stupid because look at this, look at chance creation, right? And if you ask Salah to do a job wherever, he will do it.
Yeah.
He hasn't got that ego. I'm sorry, but as you can see from PSG, who drew 1-1 with Club Brugge, they're just a team of. They're not a football club. It's an ego trip. That's all it is, right? And as much as you can look at them and go, oh, but they've had this person and this person and this person, you can look back at every single season, and they've always added a player that you would think, or at least a player that you would think, hey, that improves the squad. But it doesn't matter because they're not run by Pochettino. They're run by their 3 superstars up front, or their 2 superstars before that. They don't track back really. They don't help out defensively. They probably won't believe in a system. It's just vibes to them. And that's why I don't think PSG will win anything, because they're not a cohesive team. They're just 3 people up front. They're like the Emerson Barcelona. They're 3 great players up front. But apart from that, like, they're relying on their 3 superstars to fire and everyone else to cover the defensive deficiency. Now I get that they've signed. I get that they've signed Donnarumma and Hakim, but I mean, I don't think it's going to be that much different from PSG in the past. I don't think it's going to be that different from PSG in the past.
You're forgetting about one player, and that's a key player for me. The left back, Nuno Mendes. Remember the last left back had Kazawa? He's absolutely gash. I mean, he's garbage. But Nuno Mendes, he's I can say 5 levels above him, comfortably 5 levels above him. And Hakimi's 5 levels above Florenzi.
And that's they can beat 8 like previous people, but like look at the best teams in Europe right now. Chelsea have a set way of playing where they can move into different formations. They can play different opponents every week, and you can back that. Tuchel has a plan. The players will believe in that plan, and they'll probably win. Man City
had Tuchel before and they didn't win.
3, they can go to a 4. They will play their way, and you believe that they'll normally get a win. Liverpool have a set way of playing where we can set up in a 4-2-3-1 or 4-3-3, and we have a set style of play. PSG don't have a set style of play. Bayern have a set style of play. This is what I was talking about when Bayern played PSG before. Bayern are a machine because you know how they're going to set up, you know how they're going to play, and they will probably get the win. PSG are reliant on 2 superstars trying to carry the load offensively because their midfielders can't progress the ball to them without Verratti. And Verratti is so injury prone, it's actually unbelievable. I'm convinced he's playing games. Like, I just see him on the team sheet, but he's not actually there on the pitch. It's so weird.
He's always injured at this time of the season, but to be fair, although you want your player to be fair every single part of the season, but he's always there when it comes to knockouts. He's there. But Paredes, he was progressing the ball very well for Argentina. He could do the same for PSG. I've seen him do it. Herrera scored. Wijnaldum's not going to progress nothing. And that's it, really. But if you do a 3 at the back, which is for me the best team, when they bring Ramos back, or even Diallo, to put Diallo as a left centre back, or Ramos if he's fit, Ramos, Marquinhos, Kimpembe, Nuno Mendes, who's so good, Hakimi.
I get what you're saying, but like even bringing Ramos in, putting in the strongest team, it's not going to help anything if they don't play how they're supposed to be playing. Because this is arguably the best looking team in Europe.
Yeah, easily.
Each position, they look like they've got either one of the best players or someone who's mentioned in that conversation.
Yeah, they've got apparently they got the young goat, Mbappe, and then they got should be a Ballon d'Or winner, Neymar. And Messi usually for Barcelona always pick the ball up deep anyways to find Neymar and Mbappe, and then Hakimi and Nuno Mendes flying. I just think Pochettino will find a way because he's a decent manager. Tuchel was there and then couldn't do anything.
Is he a winning manager though?
Tottenham tax. I think with PSG he should win because they got the best team. Style of play or no style of play, because people think Man United should win the league with their players, even though we haven't got a coach. Because we've got too many good players. But PSG have too many world-class players.
Yeah, I still think it'll be the biggest bottle job if they don't win it. But I don't.
Yeah, that's my thing.
I still don't think they're going to win it.
So
And they could. Prove me wrong. I couldn't care less. Right? If you prove me wrong, fantastic. But
this is the
it's
best
just the
set of
same
players.
PSG to me. Like you add different players, but it's like when you make like a chicken dish, right? You can add different stuff to it, but it's still the same chicken dish. It's still the same. I don't know, chicken parmesan. You might add some garlic to it. Great. It doesn't add that much. You might add some gold to it. Great. It doesn't add that much. It's still the same parmesan. It doesn't do anything.
Hakimi and Nuno Mendes are key signings though. How about those two? See how you lot play with fullbacks that actually progress the ball? They can do the same with Hakimi and Nuno Mendes.
Yeah, but that's the problem. They can, but they won't.
I think
that will take the limelight off of them. That will take the limelight off Neymar, off Mbappe, off Messi. It takes the limelight off of them. Even when they got to the final, off of Neymar dropping deep, bypassing the midfield completely, and carrying it about 40 meters.
Thomas Tuchel was coach. Is he bad coach? Because that was that I played before.
I'm not saying that the problem is the coach. I'm saying the problem is the team itself.
How?
Because they're not.
Neymar's not that egotistical.
Look, they're not. Neymar has a direct line to the flipping chairman. He's the one
he's a superstar.
He got rid of Tuchel because he said he didn't want to play with him anymore. Tuchel was offended by the fact that he's got a direct line to him.
That's Tuchel's fault. He's getting too touchy.
That's not Tuchel's fault. The team isn't a good team.
You can't, as a player, you can't have that much power in a club. As a player, it's chairman, manager, then you. At PSG, it's chairman, then players, then the manager. The manager is the chairman. Basically, takes control of the team. Because of that, the team is higher than the manager. There's no set way of. You can't tell me there's any set way that PSG have ever played.
Oh, so you're more focused on the fact that the players won't allow the coach to coach.
The players have too much ego, in my opinion.
But with Messi, he's not really an egotistical either.
Look at the Real Madrid team of the past, right?
Yeah.
Look at Carlo Ancelotti. What did he do? Look at Carlo and then look at Zidane. They fitted their players around, and if you weren't part of that set 11, then I'm sorry, you just weren't there. There was always the hierarchy of Perez was at the top, then it's the manager, whether that's Zidane, whether that's Carlo, and then it's the players. With this one, it's just a befuddled little mess. The players are too powerful. They need to
value too much of the players. Yeah, I agree with that. But I still think they can still win it. But I agree with they put too much emphasis on Neymar being Neymar. But even though you can argue Neymar wanted Messi, so there's not really an ego in that side. But it is an ego, as in you think Neymar is the top dog at PSG, even with Messi. Then,
if you look at it, Tuchel is arguably one of the top 3 best managers in the world. Pochettino, when he left Spurs, was arguably a top 5 manager in the world.
Yeah,
they couldn't sort this stuff out. Carlo Ancelotti's been there. He couldn't sort this stuff out. You know, 3 top-down managers. Like when this was Carlo in 2013, so he'd won stuff with Chelsea right before. These are 3 top managers that you can say are in the top echelon of football right now that seemingly can't figure out this PSG side.
Zidane can.
It's not the manager, it's the team.
I will say with Pochettino, the reason he was top 5 at least when he left Spurs is because he built up that Spurs team. He built the players up, he put them into a system, and they got through the system. Although they didn't win anything with him, they did get to a Champions League final. The difference is when he left Spurs to go to PSG aren't looking to build up a team. They're looking to win now. And so he's not able to go through the same things you're supposed to do with Spurs because he's supposed to win now. They gave him all the pieces. They didn't tell him, oh, no, yeah, you can develop all these players and put them in. No, they're telling him, instead of doing what you did at Spurs, which is what made you the manager you are, we're going to give you all the pieces now, and you have to do it our way and win.
Yeah, that's exactly it. That's exactly it. I can't disagree with that. It's more like PSG, they probably need a manager that's a massive name. Zinedine Zidane, that's the only manager I'm thinking of. He's the type of name that I look at and say, oh, really, Messi can track to me. None of them can talk to me to Zidane in terms of career level.
Even then, as I get that.
Messi's not an egotistical person, so he's easy to work with Messi.
Yeah, but then flipping Carlo Ancelotti after he left, he'd won 2 Champions League at the time. He'd won the Premier League, Syria. He basically won. He was a massive name, and he couldn't fix PSG. You can put Zidane. Zidane will probably like fix up Mbappe and get people in line. But even he, like at some level, you can't just be going, oh, we just need this one specific manager. You need to build a team for the future as well.
Yeah, 100%.
The opposite of that is like,
probably look at
like they just want to be at Leipzig, and like their problem, like as much as we can say they're 2 sides of the same coin, PSG's problem is it's a club run purely by the players, and it's reliant on their superstars delivering, whereas the other side is Man City are run through their coach. If the coach is on it, Man City will be every single side. But every time in key positions, their manager has lost the plot completely and bottled it. 2 sides of the same coin. But they looked good against Leipzig. Greaseless, he looked fair enough. He looked made for it, which is annoying.
Very impressive win for Man City. And he made 6-3 at home.
Yeah, your favourite player is Ruben Diaz.
Is made for the Champions League.
Fluky assist ever. Like, it's a clearance. Greaseless made that goal. And Kunku got a hat trick though. That's the biggest thing about it. Forget the victory. It's all about Kunku.
Yeah.
I want to ask you guys about Guardiola's comments afterwards about how he wants people to show up on Saturday.
He's begging it. Like, does he even have a connection with the fans to be saying all of that? Like, but come on. It's what have they won? They won 3 Premier Leagues under him. They've won countless FA Cups, League Cups, Community Shields. They won all of that, and they still can't fill out a stadium for a big Champions League game. I'm sorry, but Pep Guardiola saying, "Hey, come," it's not going to do anything.
I know. I was looking at some of the responses to people saying, "Oh no, City have no fans," or like ticket problems or whatever, or prices or some shit like that. We're in university. I'm assuming we all have uni days and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Man City have student discounts on tickets on uni days.
And also, like, even Arsenal, like, Arsenal pay, like, they ask their fans for 2K for, like, season tickets. And back when they had Champions League football, they were, like, dons. Like, asking for big money and they sell out everything. So, I don't really get why,
why they're struggling to sell out a stadium.
Yeah, and apparently they have more fans in Manchester than Manchester United anyway, according to some study. So how are they struggling? It makes sense.
It's really weird. It's like they sort of they can't. They're expecting people to be like, oh yeah, okay, this team has grown so big over the last few years. We're expecting everyone to join straight away. Innit?
Yeah. It's so weird. Like, they thought that, what's it called? Because, like, the players they have should be attracting. They have Guardiola, who is arguably the best manager in the world. They have Grealish. They have Kevin De Bruyne. They have Ruben Diaz. They have all these different talents, right, that you can say, wow, you should be selling out every stadium and it should be perfect. But they don't. And the problem is, I don't know, they just have no fans.
I was checking the attendance figures for last night. I believe the official figures that came out was that there was 45,000 fans there.
So, and their capacity is how many?
55,000.
That's not too bad for Man City. Like, I expect that for Man City, but yeah, it's kind of weird when Pep said that, though.
Oh no. Okay, so new figures have shown up for me. So the official selling, I believe, when you go to website and stuff, you see the official, like, how many tickets they've sold, right? Not actual turnstile figures. Yeah. So the amount of tickets they sold was said to be 45,000. but only 38,000 showed up, which means they had 17,000 empty seats.
That's a lot.
Yes,
actually.
there was only a handful of Leipzig fans, but in saying that, the look of the City fans, it's just so many empty seats all around the stadium.
But Pep should know what type of club he came into. He should know.
Yeah, it's not a Barcelona or Bayern Munich. You're joining Man City, a team who were brought in 2008 and grew bigger than they were supposed to grow in the first place.
Exactly, yeah. And they were never a superpower or a big club. They were just a team that were growing. A small club in Manchester that were obviously inferior to the team that are in Man United. Obviously, Man United are the biggest club in the world. Man City will always look inferior to them in terms of size and players, just being a club as a general. So when Pep said that, it's like hella. It felt like proper. It was just bare dismissive. It didn't feel like he was really. He was just speaking oh, Man City fans are not helping us. Like, that's how much they can be at a Wednesday night. A lot of people doing stuff on Wednesday nights, not just to watch a game, which does mean anything. The PSG game at home would get would be fully packed because it's a big game. But
I know, but like for all the games you're expecting, considering it's a Champions League game, you're expecting people to show up because even forgetting expectations and stuff, this is a team who has won everything in England, and their main goal is the Champions League.
And they just got to the final.
Yeah, exactly. And everyone, it will come back to the same thing. Pep hasn't won a Champions League outside of Barcelona. Pep can't do this. Pep can't do that. If he doesn't have the support of the fans fully, because that's a big difference between someone like Liverpool and someone like City. Yeah. We were grown as a team. They're relatively new in terms of being in the big boy status.
Yeah, exactly.
We're supposed to believe that they back Pep as much as they can. Show up to the games, because even watching the highlights, it was just dead. It didn't sound like anyone was there.
I feel like a Carabao Cup game when Grealish scored. The crowd was
exactly. Even there was a handful of Leipzig fans. I don't know why the Leipzig fans didn't travel, but even then, it just sounded like no one was there.
Yeah, there was no proper atmosphere. Really, it was just
no. Silence. I don't expect one when PSG come to town either.
There should be though. Messi, Neymar, Mbappe around. That's the front three that plays. There should be a massive turn up.
Yeah, but there'll be more neutrals than Man City.
You know what? I think there'll probably be more neutrals. Just pack out the stadium. But
if those tickets will be fucking expensive as well. And if they don't want to pay to see Leipzig, they're not going to pay to see PSG.
Yeah, it's £12 for Leipzig.
Dear bloody hell, man.
I go for £12.
Apparently, you're selling them on uni days. Apparently, you're selling the seats.
Yeah.
City,
I think it was City. Chelsea used to, I think, but that was just Premier League games. But City sold Champions League and Premier League games on uni days.
Yeah, that's not even a bad thing. We're not trying to say, using uni days is a bad thing or anything. It's good. You want to give your people discounts and stuff, especially students, because you want that atmosphere. You want them to grow into it. But when you're using discounts and you can't even sell out the stadium, that's embarrassing.
And you spent all this money. You have De Bruyne, you have Grealish, and people still think we don't care. It's just crazy. And that could have signed Ronaldo and Messi as well, so that could have probably got the viewership there.
In saying that, they did go out and do what they did best, and they just destroyed Leipzig, who looked like they forgot how to defend.
Yeah, I don't like players coming out before. Forsberg came out and was like, City aren't used to teams like us. Shut up, bro. You got piped as well. I hate people coming out talking rubbish before the game and then getting piped. At least back up your words. Prick.
Okay.
I know who did back up his words. Sebastian Haller. He was sick, man.
Yeah, incredible.
4 goals in his Champions League debut.
And especially the stat is he scored 4 goals and only had 5 touches the entire game in the box, or just 5 touches all game round.
Clinical. He's proper clinical, and obviously, I remember was it Ajax? Was it Ajax in it where he was in the Europa League, but they didn't register him in Europa League?
Yeah. Last season, when he joined them in January, I think it was.
I mean, that's what that 4 goals really is worth. Whatever Ajax will do in terms of Europa League, that's a record. That's a massive. That's history for.
That was great showing for Haller and Ajax as a whole.
And again,
I think Ajax haven't. I think they're unbeaten in their last 19 away games or something. and they've beaten big boys like Tottenham and Real Madrid and all them teams. So it's not like they're beating like terrible teams. Speaking of Real Madrid, 1-0 win. Oh, did you see Carlo's comments as well? He was like, people asked him, "Oh, why didn't you bring on Hazard?" And he was like, "I thought of it, but I thought Rodrigo and Vinicius were better options."
Well, he's not wrong.
Fair enough, I guess.
Rodrigo scored, and he's a goal scorer. He scores. I think
This is Hazard, man. That drop. Oh my.
Like, his drop off is horrendous, and it doesn't even look like he'll ever come back anytime soon. But he's not wrong.
Do you think it's just because of the injuries he's got, and not that he's a crap player?
I mean, he's not crap, but he's not explosive, or he doesn't take his man on like he used to. He's not Hazard anymore. He looks like he'll be more of an Isco. Just pass off, make a little dart. It's not really special. Like when I watch Hazard, I'm inspired.
I get you trying to say, oh, he's not that bad. I remember years ago when you loved Disco though.
Oh yeah,
I remember all of that.
5 times in one night.
First of all, Prime Isco was one of the best players. One of the best players in of that period. He was top 10 in the world at that time.
Yeah, but speaking about a player 75 times in a night.
No, because but remember this was a game Wednesday. Was it 2017? When was it? 2017?
Look, yeah, that's just an iconic.
Probably.
It was like an international break, and then
yeah,
it's when they piped. Was it Argentina 6? They piped someone 6-0. Yeah, it's in Italy. Yeah.
Yeah, because Verratti was getting cooked all game long. Like, Isco had him up on toast every single time he had a ball. That was just a monster. If you haven't seen it, YouTube is right there. You see what I'm talking about. That game was class. But being Isco fans, it's not, obviously nowadays he ain't enough, just like Hazard.
All right, moving on. The final game of yesterday's games. Atletico Porto 0-0.
What a game!
Will say, it was really weird. The Porto goal that was disallowed. Apparently,
it was apparently a very harsh.
Yeah, because he came running in, right, got the ball over Oblak, but tripped over Oblak, fell down, his ball hit the hand, and he went in goal.
Oh, damn.
That's really sad because I really want Atletico to go out as soon as possible.
Yeah, same.
Genuinely, nothing between the two. It was 55-45 possession to Atletico. 6 attempts to 5.
Who's ground?
In Atletico.
Please get them out of Champions League as soon as possible. Liverpool and AC Milan, whoever it is, we need to get this team out. They're terrible. They're basically advanced Burnley. That's what they are. No difference.
The thing is, I'm so confused by Simeone because
he's the most overrated manager ever, man. He
plays this more expansive style of football in La Liga, and then he just goes, "Oh, it's the Champions League. I'm gonna go back to old Atletico." It's like, what do you mean?
So bad.
Why?
So bad. I never liked Atletico. I never liked watching them. Even though it was funny when they beat you lot. The next game, it was against Leipzig. They were trying to stink the game up. Right. They got smoked by Leipzig. Leipzig had them up. But yeah, man, Atletico, terrible team to watch. Hopefully, AC Milan do the job next.
All right, let's go through the standings after the first game week. Group A, Man City top with 3 points. PSG and Club Brugge second and third with 1 each. Leipzig fourth because they got destroyed.
Oh wait, quickly, did you see what Mignolet said about PSG? He said he didn't even have to do anything. It was very easy.
He's not wrong. I watched that game. He wasn't wrong.
There's a Champions League winner.
Yes.
He's not wrong. He's completely right. Messi hit the crossbar and that's it. Name of nothing. Rubbish.
Group B, Liverpool, top of the table, 3 points. Atletico Porto 1 each, and then AC Milan fourth on 0. No credit to AC Milan. They did play really well.
Yeah, they did.
Hopefully they smoke about Atletico. Can't stand
Group C. Ajax, top of the table after the 5-1 win against Sporting Lisbon. Dortmund, second, also on 3. Besiktas and Sporting, third and fourth. Group D, Sheriff, top of the table.
What
after their 2-0 win against Shakhtar. Real Madrid, second. Inter and Shakhtar, third and fourth.
Oh, man, they're Inter's group, I forgot.
Group E, Bayern Munich, 3 points, top of the table, or top of the mini table. Benfica second, Dynamo Kiev third, and Barcelona fourth. Group F, Young Boys, top of the table, 3 points, and Atalanta second, Villarreal third, and Manchester United fourth. Group G, Salzburg, Sevilla, Lille, Wolfsburg in that order, all on 1 point because both of them drew. Group H, Juve top of the table with 3, Chelsea second with 3, Zenit and Malmo make up third and fourth. Quite an interesting game week.
The next game will be even more interesting.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if Villarreal do the number again?
The next game week's the 28th of September. 28th, 29th September.
At least it's after the international break. I would have died.
I'll be after that break, man. But
that's PSG City in Paris.
PSG City, is it City in Paris next?
Next game week.
I'm not gonna watch that.
We've got Porto in Portugal.
Oh, that's a big game. I'll have to watch that instead.
But you always smoke up Porto.
Exactly, that's why I have to watch it.
Sheriff away at Madrid. Let's go.
Oh yeah, Sheriff
at time. Let's go.
Best
Sheriff. Oh God.
Manchester United at home to Villarreal and
Juve
Chelsea as well.
Easy money for Chelsea. They'll go to that ground and beat them. But United, Villarreal, that's a hilarious game because could you imagine if again Dan Juma or some random guy comes up, boom! Oh my God!
Yeah, really good goal.
Dan Juma's good, you know.
Yeah.
We're not only to Liverpool. That's why he was
we were linked with him as well. We didn't get him.
Everyone, MK, come on, man.
Dan Juma's been a nice little 20 million option just off the bench. Come on, nowhere. It's definitely better than Oxlade-Chamberlain. 100%.
Hey! Don't out Oxlade-Chamberlain.
Garbage player.
Go at anyone else, but not, you know.
I can't lie. I was going at him yesterday.
Hold on a second. What about Origi then? Origi literally.
I just thought.
Look, I just hate every attacking option right now. Besides, I don't know why he doesn't bring on Minamino. I have to bring my justice for Minamino stuff because this is ridiculous. I'm sorry, but look, you should be playing more.
Yeah.
Especially when you're playing Curtis Jones up front. Sort it out, Klopp.
Curtis Jones.
Okay, I think that's it for today's episode.
Yeah.
We'll be back tomorrow, I think, with the Premier League preview because we have an early kickoff tomorrow. Oh, not early kickoff, but Friday kickoff. Newcastle.
Oh, God.
Newcastle Leeds, I think it is.
Newcastle play, though. It's just so depressing.
Why would the Newcastle game be a Friday kickoff? God's sake, man. No one wants to watch Newcastle.
And they haven't even got Callum Wilson. It could be out for like a month.
Yeah, to be fair, Leeds, if it's against Leeds, that'd be interesting, isn't it?
All right, let's save this for tomorrow, everyone.
Yeah.
Thank you for watching. We'll be back with Champions League in 2 weeks' time. I don't think we're doing an EFL Cup one.
Nah, forget that.
No.
We'll see you again very soon. Thank you for watching.
Terrible.
Please like, comment, and share, and peace.
Peace.